Jessica and Matthew Lish are a model for others. They have been involved in chesed from a young age, participate as a family, are involved in a variety of causes, and show no signs of slowing down. The impact they have made thus far is impressive, and they are just getting started. Areyvut is thrilled to be recognizing Jessica and Matthew Lish with the Young Leadership Award.
I've gone to Camp Sundown, which is in upstate New York, with my family numerous times, and it's basically a camp for kids that have a rare skin disease called xeroderma pigmentosum, and that disease causes them to not be able to go outside in the sunlight, or they get severe third-degree burns. I've done a lot of hula hooping there. I've done glitter tattoos with the kids, and I've made friends with some of the kids. They're very nice people. For my bat mitzvah project, I collected 7,000 bottles and cans with my family. We went around on the Sundays and we collected them from garbage cans all over, walking street to street. I collected them in school and we traded them in at the supermarket, and I was able to get $350 to send one kid with one parent to camp. So my dad took me on a special trip. We went to Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab, Utah, and we volunteered with the animals. We played and helped the senior dogs, the adolescent dogs, and then the puppies. We helped with the training. And it was just a great experience to meet all the dogs and see their different personalities. I've done the Bark for Life, which is to raise money for the American Cancer Society. I've performed a few times at the Ronald McDonald House. I do Clown Doctor with my dad and my brother, and we go up to the pediatric floor and sometimes the nursing home, and we entertain the people there and sing songs. All of this service has given me the chance to actually see that there are others that are less fortunate, and to be able to give back to them, it's a great feeling, because I know that I have impacted their life as well as mine. And I know that if I never did this, I would miss out on a major part of who I am for giving back to the community, and it just wouldn't be the same if I didn't do this.
And I met Jessica Lish through my clowning and through her clowning, and she has come to volunteer her time for the past 5 years at camp with me. And I just can't thank her enough for all that she's done. She's a wonderful young woman, and she fits in with these children so well. She has a gift, and she's very willing to give it. She's got the biggest heart. She's a very hardworking person, and she deserves everything that she has worked for, and I can't thank her enough for coming and helping me at camp.
We'd been going to this clown convention up in Mystic, Connecticut for a really, really long time. We actually started going when I was in kindergarten, and I'm a high school senior now, so you could do the math. But there was this organization there that always would advertise and try and raise money and get people to join, called Red Nose Response, which was founded after Hurricane Katrina. And the goal of this was to provide soft response after initially started off as natural disasters, but over the years, unfortunately, has also led to after a man-made disaster. At that time, I was very, very big into juggling. I've been juggling for a really long time. So I decided to make and sell juggling balls, and raised a couple $100 for this organization and help their efforts. My dad and I, initially, we started off a long time ago performing and doing walk-around performing at the Diabetes Research Institute's Carnival for a Cure. Around the same time that we started that, we also started working the Walk Now for Autism Speaks and interacting with the autistic kids and their families. We've also done the Ronald McDonald House. What initially started off, we were asked to perform there for Magic Week, and we said yes, we'd love to, and we went and we did this show for them, and it was a very, very unique experience. It was nice in that sense because you were really able to see what you were doing had an immediate effect on these people. So I'm a high school senior now, Francis Lewis High School, and I've been doing a lot of stuff for the school ever since I started off in freshman year. First year there, I went and reached out to the student organization. They had the pep rally, and I said, listen, I want to come and I want to perform, I want to juggle, and they're like, okay, sure, you can come do that, and that was a big hit. At the school, I'm also the president and founder of the Improvisational Comedy Club. I'm also president of our school's chapter of the Arista National Honor Society. And I'm also my class's valedictorian, which is pretty cool. Class of over 1,000. Well, I started doing the clown rounds at Clown Doctor at 7, but I've been actively involved in performing since I was 3. And it has really shaped me into the person I am today. And I think not just only the charity and the mitzvah part of it, but the clowning part of it specifically. The charity has, for the most part, opened my eyes to some of the other stuff that's around me, and made me realize that certain people really need to be helped. My advice for someone who would like to get involved and make a difference would be you. Yeah, you. The one sitting right there watching the video. You can do whatever you want to do. Choose a cause and start learning about it. Read about it, talk to your friends about it. Just getting people more aware of the cause will make things a lot better. You don't have to give money. You don't really have to do much. Just get people talking about it and good things will happen.
If I were to say one thing about Matthew, it is that he is a leader, a role model for his peers, and a sterling example of what we would like to be ourselves. He may be goofy and funny as he clowns and juggles, but he is seriously one of the finest young men I have ever met. I feel confident that Matthew will continue this pattern of giving back to his community wherever he is, because it is who he is, a compassionate and caring person.
Well, we've always been involved in charity work separately and together. We met at NYU in the Hillel, and we spent a lot of time doing work with Hillel and President's Council and all kinds of wonderful groups. Cindy ran the Jewish Theater Group, and I got involved. And so when we got married and had a family, it was a no-brainer that they'd come along for the ride, growing up in a house of constant projects and performing and charity work and all other stuff. So along the line, we just involved the children, and then they hit the ground running.
Jessica's chesed project, where we got our hands dirty. I mean, we spent 2 years collecting those bottles. We could have just written a check, and that would have been easy. But we wanted the children to understand what it's like to be involved in charity. We wanted them to be involved. We wanted them to get their hands dirty. We wanted them to be part of it and see what it would be to have an impact on their lives.
We're a very close family. We spend all our free time together. We do things as a family, and the idea is, well, we could do a lot of things. Why not make some of the things that we do charitable things? Because doing it as a family is a lot of fun.
If you want to get involved with your family, first off, you have to make it a family thing. You can't just send your kids out and say, here, go do a project. You can't make it a one-shot deal. It has to be a lifetime. Bruce is involved routinely, goes to the hospital, volunteers, brings the children, has done it since the kids were babies. I work for Dress for Success. I work with underprivileged women. We make it part of our lives. So because it's part of our lives, it's natural for it to be part of the children's lives. Not every charity is for everybody, but there are millions of charities out there. There's millions of organizations, and one is just as good as the other. Find something that you're passionate about, and just find a way that you could do something, and start small. You don't have to save the world today. Just start small, and then as you get involved, it can be larger and larger.
See you later, Otto.